we're going to be covering the top 10 mods for Hogwarts Legacy so far. And this ranges from main character changes all the way to different engine and game tweaks. We're also going to have some neat mechanical changes that will definitely make the game a lot more playable. What's the word? Super back in the reel. Let's just jump right into it. Hogwarts Legacy mod. Now this mod is one of the most requested mods probably ever. And it is just because the thing that it deals with and the mechanic that it deals with is become so tedious to some. And that is the Auto Homora mod, or the Auto Skip for Alohomora mod by VTLI. And essentially it does just that. It skips the lock mechanic used to essentially open up locks. You know, it honestly should just be a spell instead of a mini game, or maybe the first couple times you do the mini game, it just becomes so tedious because of the animation to go to the lock and then change the lock around. Also, when this guy first created this mod, it wasn't able to like just auto skip the animation. It had to actually solve the lock. Now he has it where it completely skips the animation and it just runs so flawlessly it needed to be included. Okay, next up we have another awesome mod, and that is the Talent Reset mod. And this is another amazingly high requested feature, is to reset your talents. I don't know why they don't let you reset your talents and experiment with different things. It is very odd. Maybe there's some issues there, but again, if we have this, probably not. Although I will say, if you don't use all of your talent points and you reset your talents, you will miss out on whatever talents that you didn't get. So like, let's say you had like 17 talents and you only used 14. If you reset it, you're only going to get 14 back and you'll lose those 3. So maybe that is the issue that they wanted to avoid by not having this in the game. But there is a mod now that allows you to do it, and this adds a potion that will let you reset your talents. It's very simple. You go to J. Pippin shop, you pick up the talent point ingredient. It is a little expensive, the talent point recipe, I should say. And then you're able to craft the talent potion. And this mod was made by Silent Sean. I'm assuming it says it's uploaded by Spec Silent Sean. I'm assuming it's the same person. Now that also leads us into another room of requirement potion / mod thing, where this one actually is quite amazing, and it also influences the Varvarium and makes that just a much more painless experience. Now this is actually 2 mods in one, and it's the same author that made both of the mods, and then he just combined them. And both mods basically essentially, the first one is the Varvarian Upgrado, and the second one is Conjure Anything. And this just absolutely makes it so much better for both the Varvarium, especially the Varvarium. I almost noticed right away that I wasn't able to add more than a few species. And it's just like, whoa, wait, I'm limited on what I can add to my Varvarium by the species count. I didn't really like that. And so this opens it up and increases how many beasts you can put in, how much stuff that you can add. It increases the beast species to 99, or the beast capacity to 99 rather, and the species count to 29. And then potion brew times are decreased. It adds 100 conjured slots, so you can conjure a bunch of stuff and carry all the ingredients that you need. It also makes it so that you can place down as many objects as you want, or at least 99. Now there is a limit. I talked about it in one of my other videos before the game came out. And I was curious if there was going to be a limit to the Varvarium and how much you can add to there and the Room of Requirement. And there is. It's limited to like 3 for some objects and 13 for others. This makes it so that you can add 99 of every object, which is just absolutely beautiful, especially for people that want to have different things and a bunch of different plants and make these kind of cool, greater atmospheres. You can really do that with this mod. And the creator of that mod is Boris Johnson Lies, and it also was uploaded by him as well. Now moving on, we have some funner mods here and a few other mechanical ones that we'll get into later. But we do have a complexion mod, which I think is really, really well done. And that is Vestens Complexion. Now, there's a ton of variety here with all the different things and all the different skin types that they have. They have a bunch of different ones that are included. And overall, man, they really do make the female characters kind of pop out, especially your own. I think it's really disappointing, the character creator, especially for a female character. It just doesn't go to the levels that it really should. Especially when the male characters already look pretty decent comparative to the female ones. It just doesn't make sense why there is such a leap down from the male character. So this really does help bring out those complexion mods and really does help bring out the better facial features for the female in general. And again, that was created by Vestens and also uploaded by them as well. And next up we have another anime mod. I had to include an anime mod. Every one of my videos is probably going to have one at least, because there's always one out there. And that is the Mihono mod. I'm probably not pronouncing that right, but I tried. And it's just kind of like a funny little model edit. Now, I noticed when I installed this mod, it kind of changed like every female face or every female character into this mod, even though it says it only replaces one of them. But it seems to replace all the heads. There's even an NPC that had it that I found, which was kind of funny. I loaded in and the NPC was just there. as I think this was just meant for the player model and not for any NPCs, but it is kind of funny to see it on an NPC. And that mod is made by Clown God CG and also uploaded by him as well. Moving on, we have another object or model edit, which is the Lightsaber mod, and this one's just so fun. It looks so good too. You know, the hilt isn't as good as I would want it to be, but it looks pretty good. And for just being a free mod, this is actually quite excellent. It does just look really good, and it is a little short. I wish it was like a little bit longer, but the hilt is nice and everything else about it. Now, this only works with certain hilt handles. I noticed that the sway handle in particular, or the swirl handle in particular, was the one that was made for that. So if you have any swirl handles, that would be used for the lightsaber. And that was uploaded and created by Crazy Potato. And we briefly have to touch on this another feature because this is kind of a major one. It is Hogwarts Legacy Save Game Editor. And the reason why I bring this up is because this does so many things that are so useful to the player. One of my biggest gripes is not being able to rename your character in the inventory stash that you have. Now, I know that Merlin trials allow you to do and upgrade your inventory. However, those are incredibly tedious, and they don't allow for this amount of capacity. And so this Save Game Editor will allow you to do so many different things. But two of those main things that I think a lot of people are requesting are being able to edit both your first and last name and even remove your last name. Like, you could just put a space and have nothing there, which the game doesn't allow you to do. And also increasing your inventory space to however big you want it. I made mine 100 just to have it, so I don't have to worry about any gear that I get and all that stuff. It just, oh man, it made the game so much less of a headache when having just the max inventory space, or even more. You can even make it higher than that if you want. Just having 100 space made it awesome. Now we'll jump into some flying mods here really quickly. 2 flying mods in particular. One being the better mouse broom control, which allows you to control your mouse, your broom with your mouse, and essentially lets you look up and down, but you don't get to look up and down, you just get to move your mouse up and down, and it moves your basically character in that direction. This is much better control over your character, allowing you to have just that nice, easy movement. And there is 2 different versions of this mod. One is made by R457, and another one is made by Iridium.io, and I'll let you decide which one you think is better. I tried both and I like them both. The next up we have a free fly mod, and I do have to kind of explain this one. This one allows you to essentially fly through unrestricted areas that no longer wouldn't let you fly through them, which include even Hogsmeade. So as you'll see here, I get to fly right into Hogsmeade just fine with no problems and no barriers. I did have a little bit of difficulties with this mod. You'll need to turn off your minimap UI if you want to mount and remount in places like Hogsmeade. And you're also going to need a mod loader that basically essentially loads up a little mod menu, and you're going to have to type in free fly mod and then hit enter, and that will allow you to then activate the mod. And the free fly mod is also made by R457. And then last up here we have a custom face editor, but this really, I'm really showcasing this one because it's trying to fix the face model and basically freeze the face model to not have the emotions go kind of haywire in the cutscenes. I'll have an example up here, but one of the cutscenes, the face on the females just goes all wonky, and it doesn't look very good. So this kind of aims to fix that while also having this custom face here. But I figured I'd feature that one because it was kind of cool for that fix to be there for the face model and also adding another face. And that is Custom Female Face Model 14 by II500 and also uploaded by them as well. But that does about cover it for our top 10 mods, and I hope you enjoyed the video. And if you did, I would like a like and subscribe. And until the next one, deuce.